Down on your backs, have your blocks today for your practice. Come all the way down, let your legs be long. Arms can be open wide. You know what feels good and what you might want to explore today. And you can take a look up at the ceiling, or if it feels good, just go right into closing your eyes. And arrive here in this space. The day before you has already passed, and the evening that's ahead doesn't exist. We're just here in this moment, and it feels good to be present, even if just for this moment. When you're ready, take a body scan. You can start at the top of your head, down to your neck, just noticing, maybe visualizing those body parts or noticing a sensation that's lingering in one side or the other. Go down your spine. Feel free to pause at any point in your body. Keep going down your spine. Come to your lower back, your glutes, maybe the sides of your hips. See if you can exhale and release any tension somewhere down there. See if your breath can already begin to move through you. Therapeutic. You can come down your legs, see if you can relax your thighs. Could you relax your calves a little bit more? And your feet maybe falling to the side, almost like you're ending your practice. Allow your focus now to be on that air coming into your nose. I know that it is existing here in this moment. You must be in the present moment in order to experience a breath of any sort. So you are present every time you acknowledge that you're present. And whenever you lose track in your practice or your mind wanders, come back to noticing that you're breathing. And you will be in the present moment, even if just for a moment. If it feels good, allow yourself to take a little deeper breath. Maybe some more air comes in, maybe some more air comes out. If that feels good, do it again. If that feels good, do it again and again. And when you're ready, you can come back to that natural breath. Let's see where it's at for you. Adding some movement to your body. Reach your right arm overhead. Reach your left arm overhead. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Point, flex. Maybe ankle circles where you're moving your toes in a circle. And if you go one way, go the other. Either both feet are going in the same direction or opposite. Maybe roll out your wrists as your arms are behind you. Again, closing your palms and circling. These can be super small. If you feel any crunching, hear any cracking, let's make the circle smaller. And then full body stretch, reaching your palms behind you, pointing your toes forward. Big breath in. And on your exhale, reach your arms over to the right. Start to slide your feet over to the right, coming into your side banana shape. Great. Crossing your ankles only if that feels good. And allowing your arms and your upper body to relax down to the mat. And you breathe. Just maybe visualizing the direction that your spine is in and the shape your spine is in. Lengthening into the left side of your body. Noticing if the stretch, where it goes to, maybe from your armpit down to your hip, maybe further. One more breath in. And begin to release, come back to your wall to wall stretch. Take a breath in when you're ready, and then exhale, reaching over to the left and sliding your feet over to the left and taking any variation on this side, letting your arms relax though. Visualizing opening and lengthening on your right side. Allow yourself to take a breath in. And then exhale, come back to that wall-to-wall stretch. Let's start to draw both knees in towards the chest. Your palms can be on your knees. Let's rock side to side. You can turn that into some circles, pressing your knees away from you, bringing them back in. It feels good to kind of roll on your low back, top of your glutes. Free to linger. See if you can keep your back nice and flat if you're taking circles. Kind of pulling your belly button down to the floor. Pause when you're ready and start to come into a happy baby. This can be nice and small. It's up to you. Maybe palms hugging your knees or arms reaching on the inside of your legs and palms pulling down from the outer edges of your feet. And then here you can sway and extend one leg or the other. Shut your eyes even, just doing what feels good. Right? It doesn't matter what the shape looks like. Breathe. See if you can press your tailbone down more. You have a full flat back on the floor. See if we can do 3 more breaths. Be still or you can move. Closing your knees when you're ready. Press your knees slightly away from you so you have that reverse tabletop shape. And then palms are going to come behind your head so they're cradling your head in your palms. And you can rest your head down on the floor. Let's squeeze your belly button. Pull it down towards the floor. Your low back and your mid-spine feel like you're on the mat. Just breathing naturally here. Start to extend your right leg out. You don't have to lower it down. We're just extending it out. Feeling any engagement in your core here, maybe in your hips, your glutes, maybe somewhere else. Bring your right knee in and then pressing the left leg out. Again, you don't have to lower it down. We're just pressing it out. Notice here, the more you pull your right knee away from you, the more you might feel some engagement happening in your core or your hips. Let's bring the knees back in. Again, you're in that reverse tabletop 90-degree shape. We'll move with our breath this time. When you're ready, take a breath in. And on your exhale, extend your right leg out, maybe lower it a little bit. Next breath in brings your leg right back in. And do it to the left side. Exhale, kicking your left leg out. Maybe a little lower happens. And inhale brings it right back in. So it's moving with your breath. Exhale, kicks the leg away. Maybe you lower it. Maybe you lower it all the way down. That's up to you. And then inhale brings your knee in. Let's focus on that flat back though. Imagine legs are moving automatically. Focus is ensuring that your back stays on the floor. All the control is in your core. Do about 3 more on each side. Wherever you are, 1 more each side. And then back to that reverse tabletop shape. This time I want you to see if you can take your palms, press them into your head and lift your head away from the mat. Maybe your shoulders lift up. And maybe this is good. You can start to feel some major sensations in your core. Let's keep your elbows away from your face. Same thing here. Take a breath in. And on an exhale, extend the right leg out. So we're just adding another layer to this. And you can always switch your legs. You can always bring your head back down. That doesn't mean anything about your practice except for the fact that you're doing what you need to do that's good for you. Let's do about 2 more on each side. See if we can bring our forehead towards our. Why are we doing this core work? It's so important. And wherever you are, last one, bring your knees back into your chest. Oh my God, release your head down to the mat. Rock your knees and towards your chest. Little rock. It might even feel good for you to take a wall-to-wall stretch, like let your belly get really long. That might feel good after you've done some core work to make it nice and long. Up to you. When you're ready, legs all the way up to the ceiling. Let's see if together you can flex your heels up to the ceiling like you're pointing your toes down to your feet. You can hold your palms behind your thighs if that feels good. Have your palms just down by your side. You can walk your palms up your legs if that feels good. Kind of pulling both legs in. Maybe it's just a small movement. Again, flexing your heels all the way up. Then palms behind your thighs. You can bend into your knees. When you're ready, let's rock and roll. Maybe 3, 4 times. Massage out your spine. See if you can rock yourself all the way up and then let yourself go all the way back. And then when you rock yourself all the way up, let's move into a boat, letting your feet come off the ground, or always remember you can keep your toes down. Whichever layer you're in. Relax your shoulders down your back. We're leaning back towards the tailbone and squeezing your belly into your spine. See if you can reach your right leg up. And down. And left leg up. And down. And maybe both legs. Find a layer of your choosing. Let's stay here 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. 1 more. And then come out. Soles of your feet together, palms on your feet, and let's drop and pull the chest down. Down. Round angle. One more big breath in. From here, palms behind you, we're just going to scooch in the hips back so you can let your legs come out all the way nice and long. And with your legs out long, palms right by your side, see if you can point the toes forward, flex your feet, toes pointing back to your face, point them forward, back to your face. Stand nice and tall, arms come up overhead, breathe in. And on an exhale, start to reach your arms forward, pull your chest forward. Let's come back up. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale reaches you forward. 2 more times and then we'll hold it. Inhale up. Exhale, we reach. Like you're trying to reach past your toes. Inhale up. So reach. Last one and we'll hold it. Inhale comes up. And exhale, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. And palms come down when you're ready. Palms by your side or palms gripping your leg. You feel like your neck and your shoulders are scrunched up towards your head. Let's see if you can relax everything down, maybe even point your nose towards your toes. Nice long spine, all the way from your tailbone to the base of your head. One more breath. And then rising up. This time you're going to bend into your left knee, keeping your right leg out in front of you. And then sliding it open about 45 degrees. If it feels good for you to open your hip joint even more, you want to bring it out, entirely up to you. Find what feels good. Chest is pointing forward. Arms come up. And then reaching towards the right. Breathe out. Pulling your arm up to the ceiling and then over. We're looking for that focus on the side of your body rather than your leg. But hey, wherever you feel it, you feel it. Your whole body's still working. Let your chest move forward. You might even pull your left shoulder back so your chest can open up to the ceiling even more. Also helps with some shoulder flexibility, shoulder work. Where you'd like to be. Let's keep reaching. Breathe. Inhale takes you up. Something new for us today. Plant your left palm down by your left thigh. I want you to see if you can roll onto your left knee. And you press yourself up and pull your hips forward. Just kind of getting a lengthening in the belly. Might seem strange, but we're getting that lengthening in the belly, and you're reaching your right arm back, lengthening all the way to your hip. If that feels accessible, take it. And then we're going to lower the hips all the way back down. Reach to your right toes, and then stretching all the way back over. Taking a break and reaching their stretch. When you're ready, you can rise all the way up. Let's do the other side. Left leg out. 45 degrees or more or less. You decide. Chest is forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. And as you exhale, we're reaching to the left. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling and over to the left. Same thing this side. Maybe pulling your right shoulder back, letting your chest open. Breathe. One more breath. When you're ready, coming all the way up, plant your right palm down, right outside of your right thigh. You're going to roll forward onto your right knee. And just that stretch, we're lengthening the belly. Reaching your left arm over. Maybe you squeeze your glutes. See if you can squeeze your glutes. Let that feel. And then lower. Come out. Left palm towards your left toes. Let's reach on over once more. Next breath in takes you right up. Straddle, stretch all the way, both legs this time. Why did you feel comfortable? See if we can take our pelvis, kind of tilt the tailbone back, forward a little bit. Maybe opening up a bit more. Taking our center stretch, toes are pointed up. Arms come up just for that long spine. Then exhale, we can walk forward. Letting our belly press down. Anywhere you can have that nice long spine. Stay static here. You can shut your eyes. How's your breathing? I'm in this stretch. It feels good. I kind of like to lean to one side, lean to the other. That feels like something that you like to take it. Feel free to explore. Just because we're reaching forward doesn't mean we can't explore who we are. Same with any posture. Take about 5 more breaths. When you're ready, let's walk all the way up. Closing your knees, let's bring them over to one side and take it to your tabletop. Palms right underneath your shoulders. Let's sway side to side. Keep hugging your belly in towards your spine. We can keep the core engaged your whole practice. Allow that to maybe be a focus point for you when you notice that your mind has gone somewhere else. Re-engage your core. That's something. Some cat-cows when you're ready. Inhale, drops your belly, tailbone up. Exhale, round your spine, drop your head. Out to your cow. Move at your own pace. Let's take a few rounds of this. Know that you can linger in any shape. Do about 2 more. Then back to your tabletop shape. Tuck your toes. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, let's send your hips back up for your downward facing dog. Wherever you're at in your down dog, let's see today together. You can take a nice bend into your knees, maybe a little heavier bend. And then imagine there's a string on your tailbone and you're trying to lift your tailbone up to keep that bend. Spine will get longer. See if you can press your thumb and your index finger into into the floor. Then I want you to pull your belly button in towards your spine and turn on your core as it lifts you up into that V shape. Keep breathing. Your next inhale, can you come to your plank shape? Come here, drop down to your knees and come all the way down to your belly. Palms can be right under your shoulders or by your chest. Let's press your chest away from the mat. Maybe getting a lengthening into your belly. You also keep that bend in your elbows for the breath. 2. Go backwards. When you're ready, tuck your toes. Come all the way back to child's pose. Hips on your heels. Palms reaching forward. Knees together or knees apart. Forehead on the mat, breathing in and out of your nose. When you're ready, walk your arms over to the right, as far as you'd like. Keep breathing, forehead is down. Walking your palms back through center, take them all the way to the left, as far as you'd like. Coming back through center, rise up into your tabletop from here, right arm lifts up. And then exhale, spread the needle, spreading your right palm all the way under. Head comes down. Move into any variation here. I won't guide you through it. You know what you'd like to do, what you'd like to do with your arms. If you'd like to extend your left leg back and lift it, allow yourself to move through what shape feels good. Take about 5 more breaths. And when we're coming out, left palm by your face, and inhale reaches your right arm back up. Exhale takes it down, other side. Left arm comes up. Breathe in and exhale underneath. Same thing here. Take your layer wherever your right arm and right leg would like to go. About 5 breaths. Ready to come out. Right palm by your face, inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale back to your tabletop shape. Tuck your toes, come back to a downward dog on your exhale. Again, bending into the knees. Elbow lifting up. Belly button reaching up to the ceiling. And then we can pedal it out. Melt one heel, melt the other. Melt one heel, melt the other. Bend into one, lengthen into the other. Keep pressing your thumb and your index finger into the floor. Find some stillness and melt your heels down. Breathe in and breathe out. And on your next breath in, look forward and start to walk your feet forward, top of your mat, forward fold, let your head breathe. Feel free to sway if you don't want to be still. Feel free to grab opposite elbows. Make it your own. Pausing and let your arms fall down. And inhale nice and slow. Let's take it up all the way to standing. Breathe out. Standing in mountain, Tadasana. All four corners of each foot pressing into the floor. When you're ready, arms overhead, breathe in. And then reach to the right. Lengthening in the sides today. Arms come up, take it over to the left. Arms come up, breathe in, exhale, reaching our arms back, pulling your chest up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, let's fold. Nice flat back, bend it to the knees, come down. Next breath in is going to take you up halfway. Flat back, shoulders reaching back to your hips. And then exhale, back to your fold. Moving all the way up, arms all the way up, reaching up, breathe in. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale up, reach to the left. Inhale up, take your back bend. And then when you're ready, fold, bring it down, dive down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step back into your plank. You don't have to stay here. Drop to your knees, down to your belly. And inhale, lifting your chest away, cobra. Or if it feels good to even press away more, deep back bend. Pull your shoulders away from you. Chest coming forward. And then let it go. And come back to your child's pose. Just 2 breaths. One more time like that, up to your tabletop, tuck your toes, come to your downward facing dog. 1 big breath. Knees forward, and let's walk to the top of your mat and fold. Inhale, we come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale up, we reach to the left. Inhale up, back bend, reaching up, and then coming all the way down. Inhale up halfway. And exhale, fold, plant your palms back into your plank. This is the last time we do it like this, all the way down to your belly. Inhale to your cobra. And come down, back. Child's pose, 2 breaths. And then rise, tabletop. Let's get a bit stretchy here in our hips. Any way you want to come into it, from your tabletop, or maybe coming from your knees. It's up to you. You might want your blocks. We're just going to step the right foot forward. So just coming into our low lunge, basically from a kneeled stance. Feet are still hip width distance apart. Bend into your knee, 90-degree angle, and we're reaching up. You can keep a 90-degree bend in both our legs, just noticing here, engaged. Put your right palm on your hip, and then start to reach over to the right. Let's engaged here. This might be more strengthening than stretch, it might feel like. Rising up, arms overhead. And half split, reaching your hips back. Palms come to the mat or your blocks. It might even feel good for you to lengthen your leg by bringing your heel a little bit more forward, then pulling your hips back, if that's accessible for you. Maybe where we were before. Doesn't feel as accessible. And bringing your belly and chest down. Breathe here, toes pointing up to the ceiling. And a nice long spine, so let's take your nose and let's point it down to your foot. Breathe. One more breath. Make it count. And then bending back into your knee. You can make this a bit of a wider stance now. Feels good, like a runner's lunge. Pulling your hips forward. So in my stance, my knee is over my ankle, but if for you, your knee is coming a little bit more forward. Okay. As long as there's no pain. I'm trying to sink the hips and pull them forward. I'm using my blocks here. Heel. Let's come back into a half split. Sending your hips back, right leg nice and long, toes point right up, and just folding down, pointing your nose at your head. One more breath. And then leaning back forward, bend into your knee. This time, we're going to take your right toes, bring them to the edge of your mat, coming to our lizard shape. Palms on the inside of your feet or foot. And again, sinking your hips down, your pelvis down. Come into any layer for yourself here, whether it's on your palms or on your forearms. For any reason you feel a little sore, palms back. Nose pointing slightly down for a long spine. Breathing through these postures that we sit in. Stay here, feel free to take another layer. Maybe bending into your left knee, flexing your foot towards your heel, you stretch your quad. Another layer, reaching your right arm up. Open your chest to the right and reach your right arm back. Trying to find contact with your left foot. Just an option. Take 5 more breaths. Any layer for yourself. Release wherever you are. Tucking your left toes. Press yourself up. Step your right foot back. Plank. Drop down to your knees. All the way down to your belly. Palms underneath your forehead. Take a rest. Let your heels just fall out. Forehead on your palms. You have 3 more breaths. And then rising up, you can tuck your toes, come right into a tabletop. Coming into the other side. Whether you want to swing your right leg forward or you want to come from standing on your knees. Maybe there's something else that fits your needs. 90-degree bend in each leg. Feet hip width distance apart. You're ready, arms overhead, reaching up. Pull away from the earth. You're squeezing into your right glute. From here, left palm on your left hip or on your left side. And then reaching the right arm over. What is engaging here? Maybe your hips or rising back out, arms overhead. And then half split, reaching your hips back, lengthen into your left leg. You can always kind of slide yourself forward slightly. Block. Long spine, nose points to your toes. If you can take a long breath, really enjoy a nice full breath in. Three more. And coming out, leaning forward, bringing a bend into your knee. Let's lean the hips forward into the deep runner's lunge. Give you blocks. You can even put your palms on your leg here and lean forward. Bend into your knee as much as you like, as long as you can. Breathe. More breath. And then we'll reach back into your half split. Toes up to the ceiling. nose to your leg. 2 breaths. And bending back into your knee. This time, right foot's going to edge to the left of your mat and keep palms on the inside of your foot. Into your lizard lunge. Aiming your hips forward. Any layer here. Feel free to explore. Adding on only if you'd like, bending into your right knee, flexing your heel towards your glute. Another option, lifting your left arm up, reaching your back. 5 more breaths. And releasing. Let's bring our palms to the mat. Tuck your right toes. Lift yourself up. Step your left foot back. Bend into your knees. Let's come all the way back to child's pose. Hips to your heels. Forehead down. 2 more breaths. And rising back up to your tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. From here, right leg lifts. Breathe in, and on your exhale, step your right foot forward. Rising up, crescent lunge. Right palm comes to your right hip, and left arm reaching over towards the right. Keep your gaze forward. Rising back out, arms come up. And then here, shifting your hips back so your front leg can get nice and long, and reaching forward, your palms down. So your back heel might be lifted, and that's okay. If it feels good for you to spin your toes outwards and plant your whole foot down, take that, warrior 1 feet. Yogi's choice here. Both hips are pointing forward, that's all that matters. Putting your nose down to the floor, nice long spine. 1 more breath. Bend into your front knee. And inhale, rise back up to your lunge. Breathe. Palms come all the way down to frame your foot, or maybe right in front of your foot with your blocks, and you take your left leg up, standing L shape. Breathe. And drop your chest down. Plant your right palm down. Maybe try to swing your left palm behind your ankle. Let's go. One more breath, and then step your left foot down, fold. Let your head hang. When you're ready, inhale, rise, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into your down dog. When you're ready, left leg lifts, breathe in, and exhale, step it forward. Arms come up, crescent lunge. Back heel is lifted. From here, left palm to your left side or left hip, and then reaching your right arm up and over to the left. Gaze is forward. Rising back up, arms overhead. And then shifting your hips back, lengthening into your left leg. Reaching your arms forward, palms come down. You can stay on the ball of your right foot, or you can plant your whole foot down, allowing your toes to point outside of you. Nose points down and fold over your leg. Notice here if you can pull your right hip forward a little bit, squaring your hips to the mat more. Take 3 more breaths. And bending into your front knee, rise back up, lunge. And palms come down to frame your foot or grab your block, step your right foot up, standing L. One more breath. And take your right foot down, fold, let your head hang. From here, make your stance nice and wide. Wide as your mat, toes pointing out, coming into your yogi squat, your garland pose. Sit your hips down, feel free to stack your blocks, use a block or 2. Toes pointing out, feet are flat on the mat. Palms can come open wide, or palms can come to your heart space. And if it feels right for you, shut your eyes. Allow yourself to be in this moment. Hear your breath. Hear your partner's breath. Know that this is the moment. It is happening now. Just imagine energy coming into the crown of your head, going all the way down your spine, all the way down into your tailbone, and coming out of your pelvic floor. One line of energy, fully connected to this moment. When you're ready, palms can come down to the mat. Let's lift your hips up. And allow your toes to point forward. Wide leg fold. Your hips come up and come down. When you're ready, lift up halfway, flat back. Plant your left palm down and reach your right arm up. Twist. Option here to bend into your right elbow and bind your palm behind your back. We'll half bind. Release, bring your right arm back down to the floor. Switch it out, left arm comes up. And option here to bend into your elbow, take a bit of a half bind. Any reason to move those shoulders. Left arm comes up and release. You can walk your feet in to hip width distance, and we'll roll ourselves up, arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, fold, take it down. Inhale up halfway, and exhale, fold. Another like that, and now let's roll up, arms overhead, take up space. Exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway, and fold. Last one. Inhale, rise, arms overhead, and exhale, fold. Up halfway, breathe in, and fold. Let's come all the way down, down to our knees. Coming over to any side, and legs coming forward. One more shoulder stretch before we come down. You can sit in any comfortable way. I'll keep facing this way. One more shoulder stretch before we come down, arms open wide, and we'll eagle our arms. Left arm coming underneath your right. Bend into your elbows. Palms can touch or cross, and lifting your elbows up towards your shoulders, or bear hug. And breathe. Let's take some movement, reaching your palms up towards the ceiling. So just like this and reaching them up, bringing them down and up and down. One more up and down. And then moving away from you, move them away and back in and away. If you want to move with your breath, you can. Don't have to. One more time. Again, reaching up. And this time, let's round. Let's put your elbows in towards your belly. And then pull your palms away. We're kind of putting them all together. And hold it. Ooh. Coming all the way up. Let's release. Take it slow. Bear hug. And we shake it out. Only when you're ready. Other side. Arms open wide. This time, right arm underneath your left. Bend into your elbows. Find your variation here. Elbows up towards your shoulders. Stay here for a moment. And then bringing them up. Palms up and down. And up and down. Last one, up and down. And then pull them away. Pull them away. And in. Away. And two more. Last one. All together now. Arms come up. And then rounding into the spine. Elbows into your belly. Palms pull away. Let your head hang. And then rising, coming out of that. And release, shake it out. Arm circles maybe. Really up to you. Let's take one more full. We're reaching the arms forward and we're walking forward. Three breaths. And then rise, come on up. Let's take it all the way down to our backs now. Bring it all the way down. Slow keep the belly in towards your spine. And all the way down. Keep those bend into your knees and cross your right knee over your left, or right ankle over your left knee. Figure four. And move right into your layer here. Like drawing legs in towards your chest. Palms behind your thigh. Feel free to shut your eyes here. You can do 5 more breaths with intention. And release. Bring your feet together. Knees together, feet together if you can. Might feel good to put a block between your legs. Maybe that feels good. I'll just show you what that's like. If your knees doesn't feel good for them to be together. And then we're going to drop your knees to the left. Big palms on your ribs. Feet together. Legs staying together. We stretch for the muscles around our sacrum. And prevent any sciatic tension that builds up. Usually we sit a lot. Put your eyes here. And knees coming up. Release your block. We'll only use the block. And left ankle over your right knee. Any variation of figure four, other side. Feet are flexed. Take 5 more. Release. Both feet down to the ground. Bringing your feet and legs together, maybe a block this time again. And dropping your knees over to the right. Keep your feet together. Shutting your eyes down. The other side. Your sacrum. And coming out of it, releasing your block a little bit and bringing your feet together. And let's see if we can let your knees open wide. Recline bound angle. If it feels good, you can put blocks underneath your knees for support. It doesn't feel like your knees are just pulling towards the earth. Palms can rest on the inside of your thigh, on your belly, on your chest. Find some connection with your palms and your body. I want you to connect to your breathing here. I think we can make it last a few moments. Feeling the air come in through your nose, feel your body. Notice what shifts. Your mind wanders. Telling yourself what you hear, what you feel. Visualizing your experience. Allow your next exhale to be a little bit longer than the last. And slowly closing your knees like a book. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Little rock side to side. Nice and slow. Slow rock side to side. When you're ready, extend your legs long, then extend your arms overhead. Take a wall-to-wall stretch. See if you can squeeze your arms and your core and your thighs. And then release. Find your final resting shape. Shavasana. Yogi's choice. And when you arrive, give me an inhale into your nose and a nice big sigh. Just enjoy these final moments for yourself. Exploring the present moment only. Allowing yourself to come back to it when you want to. Yogis, begin to take a deep breath through your nose. If it feels good, and then exhale, let it out. Do it a few more times. Rock your head side to side. Bring in some natural movement. If you want to stay where you are, stay. Reaching your arms overhead and drawing your knees into your chest. Roll onto your favorite side. And then letting your arms come and press you up into a seat. One foot in front of the other. Maybe the foot that you don't normally put forward. Down. Sitting up tall. Send your chin down to your chest. Roll your right ear to your right shoulder, making nice slow movements. Chin back to the chest, left ear, left shoulder. Taking it slow, doing it again. You can do it about 3 times. Taking it slow. Seeing where the feeling goes. Lifting your chin only when you're ready. Arms overhead. Palms come together. Let's just twist to the right. Back forward, twist to the left. Coming back forward, big breath in, reaching up towards the ceiling, and exhale, palms into your heart space. The light and darkness in me honors and sees the light and darkness in each of you. We bring our thumbs to our third eye center. This is your sense of all-knowing